What were you thinking? Have you ever heard somebody ask that? Normally, they'll ask a person that maybe wasn't thinking too well. But today, I want to ask us, what are we thinking? So, I want to read a scripture out of Philippians 4:8. It's one of my very favorites. I have so many favorites, they're all here. But I do want to read, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are noble, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be anything praiseworthy, meditate or think on these things. So I just want to talk to you about our thoughts, because our thoughts are so important because they influence everything that we do. In Romans 12:2, it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I want to read another scripture to us, and that comes from 2 Corinthians 10:5. Let me get there. All right, it is, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 26:3 that thou wilt keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. So we have a guideline in the scripture, that the first scripture I read in Philippians 4:8, of how our thoughts should be, what our thoughts should be about. If we have thoughts and they're not good and virtuous and praiseworthy and honest and of good report, if they're not those kind of thoughts, we need to cut them off immediately and begin renewing our mind by the washing of the water of the Word. I challenge all of us today to think God thoughts.